So I realized that willpower is not really the answer. And, well, technically I realized that after I got involved in hypnosis. Hey guys, my name is Mike Cameron, for those of you who don't know me. I have been posting on Instagram recipes, more alternative kind of recipes. Things that don't have like dairy or soy or grains for the most part. Things that people are less likely to be intolerant to. I do that because I'm actually really intolerant to a lot of foods. I didn't know for a long time. I was having these body symptoms. Like I would have this extreme fatigue. I didn't even have to do anything, and I would be exhausted. It just seemed to pop out of nowhere. Like kind of like working a 60-hour work week and then coming home and being expected to do all these house chores and cook dinner, and like that's what it felt like for me every day. It was frustrating, and it still kind of is. I had no answers. None. Like I went to the doctors and they tried to give me antidepressants. When I was growing up, I had these what I call like constipation attacks, where it kind of felt like this sharp knife in my abdomen. But I mean, like I wasn't having a bowel movement for like a week, and they were just telling me, oh, I need to eat more vegetables. But yeah, I would have this brain fog. I'd be tired. I would have a hard time concentrating. And it was just tough, and it would be set off. Like I'd feel tired, but I could be set off even more and not know like what the trigger was. And so I spent most of my life trying to figure out like how do I overcome this? I didn't know, and I didn't have any guidance, not for a long time. And when you are that exhausted, it affects every area of your life. Like I hadn't been able to be in a relationship. I wasn't really able to maintain my friendships. I tried to have a career, and that didn't work out. I kept getting sick at work. I've gotten fired from work before. Like it is frustrating. And so I was just desperate to find something. And I really started to find answers when a friend of mine introduced me to this one book called The Plan. And in this book, it actually teaches you about food intolerances and how to be able to track that for yourself. Because each person has their own intolerances, and it isn't just about like soy or dairy or like gluten. I found out I'm actually intolerant to acorn squash. I'm also intolerant to red cabbage, but I'm completely fine with green cabbage. It's a little strange. And when I say intolerant, I mean if I eat a little bit of it, either of those things that I mentioned, I am completely exhausted for the rest of the day. And so learning about those intolerances and avoiding them actually gave me hope and some freedom. But I didn't know how to maintain that. And so I didn't maintain it, and I fell back into my old patterns, and I became more brain foggy, less able to concentrate, more anxious. And then I hired a friend of mine who's a holistic wellness practitioner, nutrition, wellness. And we got some really good results beyond that, like the plan results. We were also doing like food journaling and, doing supplements and stuff like that. And like I got to a place where, well, weight wise, I wasn't really focusing on that, but I was like 176 and then I dropped all the way down to 151. And I had more energy. I didn't start my days off exhausted. There were days I didn't like burn out at all. But I couldn't maintain that because I was relying on willpower. And I fell back to old patterns and went back to becoming really, really tired and starting my days off exhausted again. So I realized that willpower is not really the answer. And, well, technically I realized that after I got involved in hypnosis. I realized there's a level underneath that where we operate from, our unconscious mind. And so I decided to give it another try. Not just the food element of it, but also working with the mind, the unconscious stuff. And there's this one guy, his name is Allen Carr. He is really, if some people may know that name, he is one of the top people when it comes to stopping smoking. And he also apparently has a book on sugar. It's called Good Sugar, Bad Sugar, and how to, I don't remember the rest of that title of that book. I will put it in the link. But I've started listening to that, and yeah, his claims about like changing your diet and like not eating that sugar without having to use willpower, it seems legit. Like he focuses on changing the brainwashing, because we do have brainwashing when it comes to habits, especially sugar. And so I'm gonna work with that. And there's a probiotic, because I got to work with my stomach health too. You can't just work on just one angle. I'm working with a probiotic. A lot of them are crap out there. They don't actually do what they claim to do. But this one, it's called p3om. It's pretty popular, and it actually shows you on their website a test where it actually breaks down steak in some like vinegar in the p3om and maybe some enzymes. You actually get to see it work. And so I'm gonna do that. And I actually spent roughly around $900 to $1,000 on these probiotics, which may sound a little crazy. Yes, I know, but I'm desperate. Like when you get to this place where you're so exhausted you can't have a relationship, and where you can't maintain a career or most jobs or even friendships. I mean, you get to a point where you'll try anything. I'm not the only person who's been struggling with lethargy and doesn't have answers. So I'm hoping to, through my journey, help others, because I'm really hoping that this works. But yeah, that's my journey, and I'm going to start vlogging about it. So, all right, anyways, that is my video. I hope you like it, and I will see you guys later. Hey guys, I hope you really enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already seen last week's, click on the video below and watch it now. Thanks for watching. So they say to take like 1 to 3 caps a day, but the therapeutic dose is like 8 to 10 in the morning and 8 to 10 in the evening. And I'm doing this for 90 days. So that's 1,800 caps, or 15 months worth of this. And when you spend about like $800 to $1,000, sorry, $900 to $1,000 on anything that you're using to help yourself, it is much different than spending 20 bucks on it. You are much, much more invested in making this work because there's a lot of money on the line there. So I actually made a bunch of food for this. It took me about a month to prepare. And this is the food. There are tons of soups with like green peas, butternut squash. I made a stew, a Bombay sloppy joe, which is amazing. I have burgers and meatballs and meatloaf, and I've wrapped up a chicken breast in pesto and apple and sweet potato grated in there. And I have my bone broth to help heal the lining of the gut. I have a tea that is meant to help my liver, because the liver is one of the main organs involved in detoxifying the blood, detoxifying, the whole body. And when your body is more detoxed, you're less impacted by food intolerances. Like, you have less body responses to these foods. And then I have a lot of crackers. I've made juiced vegetable cracker, pulp crackers. I have apple, cinnamon crackers, nut crackers. I have pesto crackers. I have some other crackers. I don't remember what they are. I have pesto. I have a bunch of salad dressings, like this raspberry mojito salad dressing and a blueberry mojito salad dressing, a lemon Dijon, a green pea, I can't remember what else I put in there, a carrot ginger, and another one that I don't remember what it is either. And finally, I have some chicken jerky. So this is meant to help get me through this, and I want to share that journey with you guys, because I know